sharpening salon shears. So if you watch this after the fact and not live, make sure you put it in the comments that you did, please. I appreciate it. We got two pairs of shears to sharpen this morning. One is a Joel dry cutting shear, and the other is a 7-inch Olivia Garden salon or barber shear to sharpen. We're going to do these first. So initial inspection is the bumper's missing on it. I'm going to replace the bumper before we do the test. So let me get out my, good morning. So I may get interrupted. I'm waiting on a guy to come pick up his clipper blades. So if I bolt off, you guys will know. So we're going to put a new bumper in here first. And I'm going to put a, well, I doubt if I get a large bumper through there. I'm not sure which one's going to fit real well. And I don't think I got all the junk out of it. I think there's some leftover schmutz inside there. So Jeff, what's going on? What's happening back east? It's nice today, beautiful, sunny. I think the humidity dropped. 83 degrees in the shop and 63% humidity. All right, I think I got that clean. I don't know if I can get that bumper in there or not. That ain't gonna fit. That's, oh, you got to work today, huh? Well, let's try. I don't know if this is threaded or not. Doesn't feel like it's threaded. That's not working. Gonna try another one. Can't tell if these are threaded or not. I think it's threaded, but I think it's chewed up. Yeah, that's going to be a problem if I thread that in there. All right, I got to find a bumper that's going to fit in this. That's an issue right there. Huh. What am I going to do? I want to put the bumper in before I sharpen it. Let's see if that one will go in there. There's something inside that. These little brushes come in handy. That's not going through there. We'll blow it out with the air compressor. This is a nightmare. I got to get a bumper in there first. I wish I had a tap or something. I'm going to stab myself in the hand is what I'm going to do. Try just about everything to get something through that. It's not going to go. Well, this live stream's a bust until I can get that fixed. I shot some goof off in there to see if they clean up the schmutz. So I've got a bunch of salon. I got 2 pairs of salon shears. I've got about 8 pairs of grooming shears to get done this morning. Yesterday morning, I went to a quilt shop and I did 38 pairs of scissors. That kicked my butt. All right, none of these are going to go in there. I'm going to have to drill this out, I guess. It does look like it's got a thread in there. I'm wondering if I could get it in there. Yeah, it was a lot of scissors to do. You know, luckily sewing scissors are fairly quick. And I think I did along with that, they're probably about 12 nines. When I go to this sewing shop, they announce that I'm coming at least a week ahead of time. I may regret this, but I'm going to try to get that in there. And I'm going to cut myself. Is what I'm going to do. What's going on out there? Good morning. We got a disaster here with this pair of shears. I couldn't get a bumper on there. And I think this bumper is going to be too big. Actually, it's not. Look at that. How about that? Well, surprised me. Good, I don't have to glue it in there. That's not coming out. All right, we can move on and sharpen these. Oh man, what a pain in the butt. They don't cut too bad. Let's see if they're pushing hair. These are dry. dry cutting shears. So yeah, you can see it's pushing at the tips. Not bad, but I would imagine she would be irritated by that. So let's sharpen them. Jim from Aurora, Illinois. They're nasty, I know that. Look at that. Yeah. That bearing looks bad. Got it out. Yeah, yesterday was a very busy day. And I got several dog groomers dropping off on Saturday after they finish. These are mobile dog groomers. So I'll have Saturday and Sunday to do all the grooming stuff. They'll come pick it up on Monday. Both of these girls take Monday off. All right, let's do some ride line work. Flattened my stones this morning. So we've done our initial inspection. I can see a little damage right there and right there. I'm going to clean the pivot area up with the drill bit. All right, let's check them first. I don't think the set's off on them. They felt pretty good. Set looks good on that one. I'm going to look at that again. This one may be a little off. I'm going to keep going since they're not cutting too bad. So, guys, what I was going to tell y'all, you guys hit up those quilting shops. Any of the sewing shops, man, that's good business. And sewing scissors are so easy to do on the twice as sharp. So I made over $400 from 9:30 to 1:30 yesterday. And I do that every couple of months at that same shop. That looks good. I have two quilting shops fairly close to me that send me a lot of business. All right, right there. Wow. Y'all see that? It's like the ride line's completely missing on that one. These don't look like they've ever been sharpened either. There we go. Now I got the ride line back now. That's probably where it was pushing that hair, is right there on that blade. I want to work a little bit more right there, the pivot area. Excuse me. A little bit more. Reposition my fingers there. All right, that looks good. You guys been doing the lawnmower blades? Jim, did you get more lawnmower blades in? Somebody called me yesterday about lawnmower blades, and I told them, no, I'm sorry. I do not do lawnmower blades. I probably should, as much as I get calls for them. But I don't need any more things to do. Oh, I didn't put the red on them. I didn't put my marker on them. Do you find that half the people who contact you never follow through on having something sharpened? That's been my experience for 11 years. I'm like, why are you calling me if you're not going to actually do this? Which flat hone do you have now? Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with those lawnmower blades. They sling stuff everywhere. They're gross. I've got a whole bunch of advice for you. If you will go to my website, sharpenright.com, and email me, tell me your name, email me. I'll send you a kind of a little packet on starting your business. Oh, so you're going to go with Alex's machine. He's nice. He got some nice equipment. He really does. I do like the clamp on Alex's machine. I think I would buy. I'd like to have a triple head here for the shop. I mean, I have two Hiratos. I hate to spend any more money. That looks good. All right, that looks good. I added a 2000 grit plate here today. I'm going to try that. I need to order some more abrasives. I'm out of my 3M abrasives. I'm using these cheap Amazon ones to get rid of them. Got a nice burr all the way across the blade. Looks clean. Very good, very good. All right, looks good. I'm going to go to the cosmetic pad now. I've ordered a new thin pad to replace this one. This one is so compact with stuff. I ordered Dennis Brooks thin 1/16 diamond polishing pad. And I've got some paste from Wolf Industries, but I also found some on Amazon. You can get up to a $60,000 60,000 grit diamond paste. Larry, With these new pads, I'm missing the tip. Still missing the tip on this one. I feel like I'm dragging it. I don't like change. Let me get that convex in there. Oh, maybe heating that blade up too. A little water on it. All right, we're good. I think we're good. We got a nice look to the blade so far. Looks good, looks good. The only thing I'm mobile for is I do go to salons and barber shops to sharpen, and I'll go to a few restaurants and butcher shops for knives. But I don't do dog groomers mobile. All that has to be brought here to my shop. And I work out of a garage, my home garage. That's where I'm at today. I charge less when they bring them to me. I charge $35 per pair to sharpen salon barber shears for me to go to the salon with a minimum of 3. But if they bring them to me here at the house, it's $20 per pair and no minimum. I'm cheap. I should raise my prices. And after going to Las Vegas and seeing what some guys are charging, I definitely need to be charging more. I see just a little something I don't like. I'm going to hit it with the 2000 again. Kind of blend that in a little bit. Hey, Gabe. Yeah, I have a pretty good selection of salon shears, and I bought a bunch from above when we were in Vegas. I haven't received them yet. I sold 2 pair of beauty shears last night. Yeah, there are several sharpening conventions every year in Vegas. We went to the one last week, which was above Shears conference, and There's going to be another one next year, April. Cliff Curry of Curry Custom Cutlery is going to have his Western Roundup next April in Las Vegas in the same hotel. Wolf Industries is supposed to have one here in Texas this year. We'll see. Haven't heard anything. They usually have theirs in the fall. Usually October or November is when Wolf has theirs. I'm going to leave that right there for now. So that's the rumor anyway, that Wolf will have theirs in Texas. So yeah, the above shears are going to be my premium line. And I have some a brand called Wicked Sharp shears that I buy from another sharpener, as a matter of fact. He has them made. That's his brand of shears, and they're reasonably priced. And I also buy the cheap Purple Dragon shears. I do a lot of sports clips, and those girls don't want to spend money on their shears. They're new, and so they like those Purple Dragons, and Bonica has a lower line also. I bought some of their shears. They're crap. They're junk shears, those low price ones. And I tell them that too. I tell them these are not quality. They're only going to last you a few years. Looks good. Are you talking which shears are you talking about? I get a wholesale price from everybody. If you're not going to get a if you can't get a wholesale price, you're not going to make any profit off of them. But you know, to get a wholesale price, you got to buy a pretty good amount. I spent over 3,500 with above last week. So you know, you're keeping a lot. I keep a lot of. I've got a lot of money tied up in shears right now. But I actually sold 2 pairs of shears at the farmers market last week. Yeah, I sold auto parts for years while I was in college. It was amazing how many different levels of prices they had on a water pump. This was back in the old days when you had catalogs and the sheets in the back of it. That was Auto Parts BC before computers. I worked in it all through high school and until I graduated college. I worked in auto parts stores and machine shops. Paid my way through college. Yeah, it's tough work. I follow this. Have you heard of Royalty Automotive Service? In I think they're in Atlanta, Georgia. I follow them on YouTube and TikTok. They're great. Oh, that thing just cuts better. That's wonderful. And now the tips are cutting clean. Yeah, so that's much better. It's not pushing anymore. Do the point cut. All right. Not bad, not bad, not bad. A little tight. All right, we got one more pair to do, then I'm going to take a break and I'll come back later. Maybe I'll turn the camera on when I do the grooming shears. That's good. That's pretty good adjustment either after the. All right, so there's another pair done. Let's do these. These feel funky. They feel gritty. See how they cut. Wind's blowing here. Right there. See right there? That's where they feel gritty. They're not cutting through the tip. See that? Stops right there. All right, we're not even going to mess with the hair. That bumper's a little messed up. See the rubber part. I've got the rubber caps for these, so I'm going to cut that off and put a new rubber cap on it. So, Best Edge, you still here? I wanted to ask Best. Yeah. Hey, did you hear that guy? The guy, the Japanese guy was from Vegas, had the pompadour haircut or whatever it was. Did you hear him say he charges $25 to change out a bumper? Did you hear him say that? That's crazy. All right, so I'm going to glue that on there. Actually, I don't think I have to glue it on there, do I? Yeah, I'm going to glue that in place. That's crazy. I don't charge anything for bumpers. So I got to get that off of it right there. Yeah, I couldn't believe what he was charging. I guess if you have those really high dollar salons, that you can charge that kind of stuff. I've only got a couple of high dollar salons. All right, let me get out the glue. What did I do with my little cap? I lost it. Look at that. Damn it. It's on this one. There it is. You can't see it. So I want to fix all the problems before I sharpen. So there we go. I'm gonna hold that for a second or two and get it to set. I'm gonna probably raise my prices on shears. I raised my prices on clipper blades from 8 to 10 this year, and I'm gonna raise my prices on shears at the end of the year. I'm gonna go to 25 if you bring them to me, and 40 for me to go to the salon. Dog grooming shears, I'm going to keep those at 20. I think. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, everything's getting more expensive. And how's the sound? I'm using the microphone today. The sound pretty good here. Can y'all hear all the noise in the background? You getting any of the fans or the dust collector? All right, I think that's going to hold. All right, so I replaced it. The bumper, it closes good. So we can go on with the sharpening now. We know they don't cut, so we've repaired the bumper. No background noise, huh? It's pretty loud in here. Well, I have tinnitus so bad. 11 years of doing all this. Yeah, that shop clipper machine is something else, isn't it? That was specifically the reason why I went to that show in Vegas. I wanted to see the shop machine up close and personal, and I wanted to talk to Mitch face to face, and I'm so glad I did. But that's a lot of money. And my Nebraska blade machine works pretty good, and it's paid for itself 3 times over. We'll see. As I've gotten older, my hands are getting worse. So within the next couple of years, I'm going to have problems. Yep, about 7,500, 7,000, all the accessories. So that's 750 clipper blades just to break even at $10 a piece. I see a lot of wear on that right inside where the ride line meets the outside edge. You'll see that. You'll see the refraction of light all up and down there. I don't like the way that felt. Leatherman, well, thanks for watching. All right, looks good. I did a couple of Leatherman yesterday at the sewing shop. Right there. Still a little bit more at the tip where he's folding here. Just wear. These have never been sharpened before, I can tell. That looks good. That looks good. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you'll hit that thumbs up button. And I also hope you'll subscribe to the channel. That's a 600, right? I think. No, it's 1,000. The yellow's 1,000. 1,000. I got 1,000 and 6,000 here. I got a couple other stones. That seems to be. It is not diamond. Those are the Sharpen ceramic ones. I did like that. What was the guy's name? The guy that was blind. He had some really nice diamond stones. There we go. All right, got it. I got a burr first pass. Brian, that was his name. Yeah, tell me how you like those. I like the idea of not having to flatten them. I had to do my whetstone maintenance this morning before getting started on these. And that's the good thing about going to those shows. You see some new equipment. You always pick up something, good. I really like the magnets I bought from Mitch from the shop. I used them for the first time yesterday. Made a big difference for my hands, that's for sure. All right, I got the burr off of it, I think. Yeah, Alex makes some good stuff. Looks good. All right, let's do a little cosmetic work. I'm gonna back off about 10 degrees. This is just a little polish on the back of the blade. So what did you think about that guy Bert using that wheel on the shears? That looked awful dangerous to me. That was some scary stuff. It was some kind of a, I mean, the grinder, it was a big bench buffer, but I'm not sure what the wheel was. It was a cotton nylon wheel or something like that. But it was like a 10-inch wheel. It was huge. The thing was flying. It was Alex's buffer. Yeah, exactly. Kind of, kind of scary. That was your thinking was exactly the same as mine. That would grab it out of your hand. That looks good. I think I can get the same results from the flat polishing pad here on the flat hone than I could a buffing wheel. I mean, obviously, you're not going to carry that buffing wheel in a salon. I guess if you worked out of a truck, that's fine. See a little something right there, that burr, got a micro burr on that. There it goes. And that's where the chamois comes in so handy. It does a better job of removing the burr than the microfiber towels, in my opinion, anyway, for what it's worth. Looks good. All right, we can polish now. Yeah, I guess if you're in a big hurry, and I get it. I know it will not say voice text will not get flat hone whatsoever. I've even added it to the dictionary on iPhone. It doesn't make any difference. All right, we're almost wrapping this up here. Let's do some. Let's do some. Oh, that's water. We'll turn off the dust collector. I appreciate y'all keeping me company through this. Looks good. That looks good too. All right, we can go to the fine stone now. How'd you like Mitch's bench um, brush that he was designed? He had two different ones on his table. Those are prototypes. Man, those were massive. And I was talking to Mitch. He's not even an engineer. But the guy builds some incredible equipment. All right, we're going to wrap this up, test these, and then I'm going to take a little break before I do the dog shears. I need to clean that up better. That looks terrible. I guess it's just paint. I thought it was smudge. Yeah, that's another thing I'd like to see. It'd be nice not to have to worry about grit. Ooh, that didn't feel right. That felt weird. Almost caught there. I don't know what the deal with that was. All right, we're going to do the dry tissue test. Uh-oh, that's not cutting good. I'm going to go back to the wheel. I think I missed a burr. So I just went back to the polishing wheel a little bit there, run over the edge a little bit. That feels better, and it cuts better. So what happened there, there's a micro burr on there. That's cutting good. I'm going to do a wet tissue test. I'm not going to move the camera because it's in an odd spot. Then we'll test with hair. I don't like the way it's cutting. But it's cutting hair. Oh, it's not either. It just caught. There's something catching on them. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and sharpen those again. I've got something going on with them. But I'm gonna take a little break first and come back to these. Hope you guys are having a great day wherever you're at. So there's a situation where it just didn't work out. There's something going on here. And they felt funny. So I'm gonna resharpen them. Y'all have a good one. And I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm gonna take a little break. Have a good one.